Hi guys, Jim here again from my humble little man cave. Well, as you've seen from my previous videos, I'm very much a down-to-earth guy and live in a practical world like many of you. And I suppose if I wanted to dedicate this entire space to radio-controlled aircraft, I wouldn't have any worries. But I do have other interests, and that means I've got limited space. So anyway, I've previously shared with you some of my storage solutions. So you see the FMS Ranger up there on the little shelf that I made, and I've got various planes hanging up over here, some on the wall, some up from the rafters and things like that. But I got thinking about it, and in particular watched a few other videos on YouTube. They gave me some ideas, and so I got thinking about it. And on a recent trip away, I just got out some paper and I started doodling and coming up with a few ideas. And so I've, working through all these different ideas and making little sketches as to, what I might do and stuff like that. And so anyway, I've come up with an idea that I think is better than the stuff that I've seen elsewhere. Certainly building on their ideas. So anyway, we're going to work at it. Now, with regard to our objectives and what we're trying to do, I guess we want to do a variety of things, okay? First of all, we want to make life easy. So when it's time to go to the flying field, I don't want to have to disassemble my airplanes, find places for all the parts and stuff like that, pack them all in the car and off I go. What I want to do is have them already more or less packaged, ready to go, and I just grab one or two items and I'm off to the field and I'm flying. So keeping things simple that way. Secondly, we want to maximize the use of our space. It's limited, and each one of us have our own particular situation that we got to cope with. But whatever that might be, we would like to be able to fit everything in places where it's accessible and all that kind of thing, and not get in the way of our other activities and things that we're doing. And then third, hey, we like looking at our planes, don't we? So you think about something like this beautiful P-51, and you think, why should I have this stuck way up in the rafters when I can have it out here to look at when I'm here in the garage working, So, hey, let's come up with a way of, having it to where it can be enjoyed, whether we're actually flying it or not. So, as we think about what we need to do, first off, as I think about my FMS Ranger, it must go to the field with the wings off. Okay, so that tells me that I've got to store it with the wings off. At the present time, what I'm doing is I just got the neat little box that came with it when it was delivered. And so you see the styrofoam here. This is part of the outside box that I just made a cover for. And voila, there's the wings inside. And yeah, it's quite easy. I keep it stored up on that shelf next to the plane up there. And I can grab it and all of that. But boy, that's a lot of space. And I'm thinking about getting some more planes. And plus, I'm working on getting some old ones fixed up. I've got my old Great Plains, Trainer 40 that we're working on here. And got my indestructible sort of aerobatic plane and various ones that I'm going to get in the air and be working on those and be adding more along the way. So I want to make sure that I'm set up to be able to handle growth, in terms of involvement in the sport. So this is too bulky. So we essentially have two things that we need to do. One is I need to come up with a way of storing these wings to where it's not so bulky, and so I got space for them. It needs to be in such a way that I can grab them and just stick it into the car when it's time to go. And then we'll need a place to hang the fuselage. And then for things like the P-51, that's small enough to where it can be fully assembled and taken to the field that way. So a way to put that on a rack that'll be held. So that's what our objective is. And right now I've got lots of ideas, but I haven't done it yet, okay? So you get to walk through with me as I try a variety of different things. Now, one of the things I found with regard to the wings is somebody was suggesting that you use this insulation material I bought this at Bunnings, and I need this for, I'm covering a bit of our deck with some corrugated iron roofing. And so I want to have this on that. And so I thought, well, I'll just buy some of it and I'll use some of it to make a carrier for my plane, as I saw another fellow do on YouTube. But I'll tell you, this package here costs 80 bucks. You know? And I'm thinking, you know, is there a better way? So we might end up using that. But first off, I'm going to try some other things, just because I'm a guy that, you know, retains things and all of that. So other things that I have available. One thing is I got a bunch of bubble wrap from something that I bought at some stage. And so, you know, that might work. So we'll give that a try. I've got a bunch of cardboard around. Say, hey, you know, I'm not that proud. I don't mind using cardboard to, you know, enclose my wings if it's going to protect them and all of that type of thing. I've got some core flute material, but who knows, that might work. And if all else fails, well, we'll use a rather pricey insulation material, foam insulation, and that certainly is going to do a fabulous job in terms of protection and minimum bulk and all of those things. So keep watching, and we will walk through this step by step. Okay, so here we are back in the garage again. We have a little box that we've made for this sort of thing. Okay, that's going to go up there like that. So we want to tape up these guys to where they stay together. And then we want to add some straps to Velcro it down. That's it. Okay. So we got our tape in place. Okay, now the matter of the Velcro. So my thought there is that I've got some webbing material here. So we will just grab some of this, and we're going to use this to make some straps to go on there. Now you can use or purchase a hot knife. It's electric, but nothing like a literal hot knife when it comes to cutting your webbing material. And we're going to want, not a great length of it, but something like that. And the nice thing about this is it pretty well seals it on the edge. You can dab it with your knife a bit if need be. So let's take our straps and let's stick them on the box to be able to do Velcro with it. And so we got our hot melt glue gun. We're gonna give that a try and see how that works. I've marked out where I want it to go. So from about there is where you're gonna want to put the glue. Stick that in place. And it's light pressure, letting it cool down and harden. Good. And do the next one. Mark where I want it to go. Just using the thing on there upside down so that I know exactly where to put the glue. And stick that one down. Smoothing out the glue, letting it cool so that it can harden. My thinking with the hot melt glue is it will get into these, into the material of this webbing and hold it very nicely. And of course, naturally it'll stick well to cardboard. Okay, so now the bigger question is whether Velcro, is it going to stick onto that okay? I guess we'll try and see how it looks. I don't think there's any particular protocol as to which bit needs to go where. We'll put the fuzzy bit down here. And I don't think we need a lot, so we'll just cut off a little square of it. This stuff is nice in that it's got something you can hold on to while you peel it off. And I've already marked where I think the end of it's going to come to. Put that there. And take another little bit and stick it over here. It's kind of just a tiny bit short of where I figure the end of it's going to be. Okay, so that's our fuzzy bit. And now we need the hook bit, which is going to have to stick onto there. And that's where I'm really not sure as to whether it's going to stick well or not. We'll use a little bit longer piece, give it more adhesive area. And just see how it goes. We can always sew it on if we find that it's coming off. I'll give it a bit of pressure for a few seconds. Okay, I'll give another bit for the other one. Here's our other one. Stick around to there. Okay, and the big test. Is it going to work? So it sticks on there okay, and it comes off okay, and it's staying stuck. So I think that's going to do the job. If I do find that I have a problem with it coming off, I'm just going to put a few stitches into each end of it just to hold it onto there. But for the moment, we'll plan on the adhesive holding it. Okay, so our wings go in there, and then we were thinking that it would be good to have the rod that goes, the carbon fiber reinforcing rod, have that strapped in here as well. And I'm thinking we can just use the Velcro to do that. So here's our wings, all nicely wrapped for protection. I don't know how long that's going to stay there, but anyway, for now we'll give them the royal treatment. And should we put that in the corner of the box? Well, the corner is out of the way, so let's do that. We'll plan on strapping it into there. We will use, again, a piece of this, and probably one is going to do it. So strap there, or glued there and Velcroed down. We might then just put a little something on the end to keep it from falling out. Yeah, I think we'll just glue a little bit of cardboard onto the end of that. gun is still going. I'm just going to put this about in the middle. Okay. Put some glue on. Okay, and with our protocol, we're putting fuzzy bits on the cardboard. Here's fuzzy bit. And we'll square that. And we'll need a little bit of a hook. Hook ready to go at your service. This comes over here. It's going to hook it down onto that. Okay. Fuzzy bit on the cardboard. Run it about there. Okay, so that's sort of got it in place. Very loose. So I want to put something onto the ends here to keep it from. Okay, so here's a bit of the and there we've got a very nice packaging of a set of wings. So I think for now that's all I'm going to do. I suppose I could put a strap around the ends, but I don't think they're going to go anywhere for what I'm doing. I'm not sending them in the post. So that looks like a very compact setup. And certainly as you think about what we had with the old box, that is a whole lot better. Trust that that's been a help to you. And so here we have the finished product. We've got our Velcro straps to it'll open it up. Wing in the middle. Got just a single layer of bubble wrap around it, just for argument's sake. We've got our carbon fiber rod there in the middle, and we've got bits of cardboard on each end to keep it from sliding out. Velcro strap on the webbing to hold it down in the middle, and that works just great. Next steps, we're going to be building a shelf to put these on, and the shelf is going to have lights over my workbench, so that'll be kind of neat. That's yet to happen. But then we've also got something that we've done here, and that we're going to show you what we've done. Storage solution for the airplanes with adjustable width for different types of planes, and being able to move things around and change them as the need is there. So next video, we'll be showing you how we did that.